So you are living in that time. You 5%ers, you nation of gods and earths, y'all are living in the time where Allah takes that power back. That's you taking your power back. If you choose to, if you're wise enough to do that, if you're intelligent enough to deal in six. Six means equality. If you're intelligent enough to deal in equality with yourself, you take your what? Power back. You don't keep on letting the devil rule you. You let the devil rule you, then you might as well say, well, I'm not living out true mathematics. I might as well go back to the dead world. Because the dead world is what's being ruled. And you say you in the alive world. So you're here to change all that. That's why I say, what is the duty of a civilized person? To teach this truth, to change that. If a civilized person does not perform the duty, what will happen? The same crap will keep happening over and over and over again. You got to change all of this foolishness. And it starts with who? S-E-L-F. Self. Man and woman. It starts with self. When you rise up yourself, then you can be able to teach someone what else. But you have to be a living example. That's why we look at the Father. The Father was the living example. The cream that rose to the what? Top. And he said, in order for you to be God, you must what? Be that living example and rise to the what? Top. That goes for man and woman. Because the children is just us all over again. So we got a mighty job to do. We need to accept it or reject it. Because if you ain't willing to accept it, you might as well go the other way back. All those that were not good at multiplying were sent what? Because they didn't know how to add on and build. So if you know how to add on and build, wisdom born mean to add on. Knowledge cipher, knowledge wisdom cipher is 120. You got the knowledge, the wisdom cipher. Not let the wisdom knowledge you. You got the knowledge, the wisdom. Make that cipher what complete. Ain't that 120? That's what you say you learn. And upon rising upon that, then you make things right and exact. Because zigzag zig mean what? Understanding what? The cipher. Knowledge and wisdom only mean understanding the what? Cipher. Zigzag zig means what? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Zigzag zig means what? Understand. Understand means that you got it all together. You understand the cipher. How you gonna understand the cipher? You got to build to be born in this glorious day. That's what our enlightenment says. The knowledge of the cipher is to enlighten you, to let you know that God is right here with you. So you rise up, you mighty nation, and accomplish what you want. Don't let the devil step on you and crush you. Drugs and alcohol, and ignorance and stupidity, and robbing the old lady walking down the street, and mugging this one and mugging that one, hating your brother and hating your sister. Can't get along with each other. What does 6 stand for? We got a number 6. It means if you don't know how to deal in equality with each other, that's part of the loss right there. If you ain't willing to even accept your brother and accept your sister, that's part of the loss right there. If you don't even have the patience to be together and stop hating on each other, that's part of the loss right there. You might as well say, I'm giving my power up to the devil. Because I don't want to get along with nobody. When I look in the mirror, I hate what I see. And the mirror is what you're looking at. Right now. I'm looking at a mirror and you're looking at yourself. And if you hate yourself, that's part of the loss right there. Because you don't know how to even deal in equality with your own what? Self. You hate your own self-image. You see your brother, you see your sister, you hate them. You want to mug them and kill them and shoot. Look at all this shooting and killing every day. Murdering each other left and right. self. Do they not understand equality? I guess not. But they still living in ignorance. And we, the nation of the gods and earth, are supposed to rise above that. We're supposed to be able to say, hey, we understand what equality means. It means to be equal in everything. Equal with yourself. Love yourself. Matter of fact, we got love in our 3 alphabets, don't we? We say love, love. Is that just talk? Or is that something that we adhere to? We learn it. You know your supreme alphabet? You know your supreme alphabet? You know your alphabets? What's L? Love. We say it. Well, when we gonna live it? The point is to live the truth, not just to talk the truth, not just to anything stupid. The point is to live the truth, right? Not just talk about it. What the young people say, stop talking about it and be about it. There's some great things that's going on up there in the law school. And I've heard that this summer, spring, summer, there's going to be all kind of programs. We have people here that are bringing all these things about. Don't let nobody tell you anything negative about what's happening in this nation, because that means that they're telling you negative about yourself. And if you love yourself and you take good, precious embracement of yourself, don't let nobody tell no negative stuff about yourself. You know, the devil put the word out. Black is dirty, black is ugly, black is nothing, black is down, black is the lowest of the totem pole. Black is everything negative that you can think about. Now you gotta ask yourself, is that true? Because if it ain't true, then what you gonna do about it? If you don't do nothing about it, you might as well tell the devil, you know something, I think you're right. If you don't change all of that negative stuff that's been put on y'all for 400 and 500 and 600 and 700 and thousands of years, they're teaching that the original seed is the worst seed. The original seed can never rise up to the top. The original seed has been stomped down to the ground. And the original seed doesn't have the strength to stand up. One of the reasons, listen, I know I'm going on. One of the reasons why the original seed don't have the strength to stand up is because they've been indoctrinated. All of that strength that they have, that inner strength, has been wiped out. They've been made to believe that a savior will come and do it for them. So they've been made to believe that all they have to do is lay down and get on their knees. And eventually something will help them, because that's the trick. Not to get up and help yourself. We say knowledge is what? To do for what? Self. Help yourself. So deal equally with yourself today. Every day is equality. Deal equally with yourself today. Find something that you say, I'm going to do to show forth my equality to myself. That I have enough sense to stop letting myself be destroyed, let alone destroy my own self. Let alone go out here and do something that I know is negative. It ain't helping me at all. I got enough sense to what? Wash that away from me. I'm about building. And it starts with who? S-E-L-F. So everybody, man and woman, got to look in the mirror and see, what am I doing for S-E-L-F? What am I doing for self and kind, meaning your family, your immediate family and your extended family? What am I doing for self? If I'm not doing anything for self, I am wasting my time. I'm just here because somebody gave birth to me, but I have no purpose in life. My purpose is to be stepped on like a roach. Because I ain't got the quality within inside myself to rise up and say, hell no, no more of that crap. I'm not killing myself, and I damn sure ain't letting you kill me. Right or wrong, I know that's right. A man can't look at his own self, and a woman can't look at their own self and realize that they got to do something for self. Matter of fact, they need to go back to the drawing board and let somebody else tell them what this is all about. This is the days of the gods, man, and earths. This is our day. It might not seem like it because you see so much foolishness out here, but this is our day. And the more that we rise up, the better the day will become. This is the 7th day, God's day. 6 days done passed. Remember, a day is like 1,000 years. 6 days done passed already. That scoundrel did every devilish thing he can to make sure that your ass will never rise. 6 days has passed. This is the 7th day when you're supposed to rise up. This is your day. This is the 7th day. Those 1,000 years that they talk about. This is your time. Either you're going to do something with it, or you're going to just let it dissolve in your face and waste your time being here. Don't be like these fools out here, man. That's why I say, can the devil fool them? Yeah, the devil fool a lot of people. Thousands, millions of them, all over the planet Earth are fooled because they keep giving into that filth. That's why that's why the devil don't like God. Because God don't love filth, and the devil love it, wallow in it. That's why he's called weak and what? Wicked. Because he loves it. I hope original people who got sense don't fall victim to that wickedness. Don't let that wickedness take control of you no longer. Peace.
All right, peace, Alderman. I'm just coming back again because I am an advocate for keeping the wisdom flowing, no matter what. You know, because let me tell you something. I'm in the midst of my 50th year being with this culture, and when I came in, man, you could, you know, for the parliament, you had to like, you know, how was it?
Standing alone.
And it took too long that they were shouting you down, right? Today it seems like it's so different, you know. But for us who are committed to this culture, there's not been no slack. You know, we always got something to say to add on. At least I know I do. You know what I'm saying? Today's mathematics is wisdom culture. You know, in the 140, you ask, man, you know, what was his determined idea of making the devil? Today I'm going to ask, what's our determined idea for advancing into our future? What's our determined idea? And I say our, because I know what my determined idea is, but we are one nation. There's no me, there's we. What are we going to do? You know, and not no one person can determine for a free people exactly where they should go. Because 5% is free. You know, when the law came to whoever he came to, man, and began manifesting this culture, that was our freedom, right? That freedom dome, right? Our culture, man, is our God. That each and every one of us has value. Each and every one of us. You know, you take the word God and put it through mathematics, you're going to come out with understanding culture. The same way as you take earth and put it, you're going to come out with 7 as well. You know, the 2 bring forth equality. The combination of the day's degree is equality. What's our equality to one another? That each one will teach one. That we will, man, have the same guidebook. We're here to teach the babies, to elevate them to the point, man, where they can, man, begin to assert their power. You know, because God has power, and God is the only one that has this ability, man, to set the mind of the people free, such as what's being put on the people now, man, coronavirus. Now, let me tell you something. When I look at that, man, you know, our people, our history in this, man, we have endured things that are much worse than that. You know what I'm saying? But we're seeing things, man, elements that bring forth our dissatisfaction with how things are going. You know, there's all kinds of agendas, man, to set us off course. There's a transhumanist agenda. There's a transgender agenda. There's definitely a pharmaceutical agenda. You know, this pandemic is not going to be endemic because just like the flu, they're going to demand that every year you either get a booster shot or you get a shot. You're an injected nation. Everywhere you look, got a shot for this, a shot for that. You know, I said to myself, damn, man, what is going to be the end result? What's the end game? What's the end game? What do you have planned? Because I know, man, that America fell in 1914. That was the end of the devil's civilization. Why are they still hanging on? They want to go to the moon. They want to go to Mars because they're looking for another place to call home. Because, man, they're telling you, man, that this planet is in danger, you know, because of climate change, you know, and there's a green agenda going on, which is nothing but a big fat lie. You know, they want to tell you, man, that we should switch to solar, you know, and that we should switch to, you know, wind to get our electricity, you know, but if the sun don't shine and the wind don't blow, you are just quick, and you know there are companies, man, here, man, that are encouraging people, and they're falling for it to put solar panels every damn way. You know, but if it snows, you got to get out there and clean it off. You know, if there's no wind blowing, man, you know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something, man, as much as people have been tricked in the finger that nuclear is so bad, it's cleaner, more efficient, and it does not emit green, what they call them, green gases. You know what I'm saying? Well, water is one of them. Water is one of those green gases they're talking about. You know, don't forget, man, that the combination, man, what is the formula for water? H2O, there's a gas. You know what I'm saying? But don't let them gas you into thinking, man, that you don't have any power. You can't assert your power. You know what I'm saying? Say, everywhere you look around, where the 5%? Why don't they take a stand? Because there's too many of y'all in the way. There's too many of y'all in the way, and we do not want to confuse because, man, we have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Our agenda has been moving steadily on. At least, man, when I came in 1971, you know, I've seen the progress. You know, a lot of us, man, are dressing better. A lot of us are doing better. You know, we're holding down all kind of things, man. We're movers and shakers on this planet. You know, and all of us are not just celebrities and entertainers, whatever. Some of us have some real skills. Some of us are highly educated, man. Although on the parents' sake, say, oh, they're nothing but a bunch of thugs. They have no plan. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. You know, everybody talks about the blueprint. What was the law's idea for how this nation would grow? That we would become productive citizens. You know, what do we want the women to do? We want y'all to learn how to keep a husband. At least I do. At least I do. Very few of them, man, like, look, well, where are the children? Where are the children? It seems as though the children have turned their back on us, like they turned their back on the church, like they turned their back on school. You know, you go to any high school graduation in New York, in the city of New York, I guarantee you'll see more black women, black young girls, China, some of that, but where are the young black men? Where are the black men? You know, what is in store for our future if they do not prosper? You know what I'm saying? I can identify. You know, I have a son, man, that has blessed me with 7 grandchildren. But I'm ostracized from them because of his behavior. You know what I'm saying? And this is someone, man, that was raised in this culture. So that's easy, man. There's so many things that take you off track. You know what I'm saying? Used to be a time, man, the first thing you did in the morning was quote the day's mathematics, quote the day's degree, so you would be in tune on what's going on outside. Oh, thank you, God. Before Facebook, see, I'm a PC guy. I was here before crack. I was here before hip hop. I was here before a lot of things. You know, but certain things have not changed. My book of life has not changed. You know what I'm saying? I was told in the beginning, man, that this would be my safeguard from the evils of this world. Now, none of us work a perfect program. I understand this, man, because zigzag chick is real. You know, first you're on the straight path. Then something comes to take you back. And hopefully you will get on the straight path again. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, this society, this world, man, will put it on you. And if you're not properly prepared or have the strength or wherewithal, man, to contend with it, you will find yourself addicted. You'll find yourself homeless. You'll find yourself womanless. You'll find yourself jobless. You know, but God is always, man, self-sufficient. You know, he put it on him, man. He is one man that will, man, master condition. Master condition. At a law school every Wednesday, from now on, me and a guy named Freedom B have opened up a recovery group called Straight to Recovery, right? And we deal with not just, man, addiction. We deal with the science of recovery, of how you can recover, how you can master your condition and leg up, man. And who are the primary examples? We are the ones, man, that set the example for how you also. You do not give, man, advice or give suggestions, and also let you know, man, that there are some of us that are qualified to give instruction because we work in certain areas. If you're homeless, you can come to me, man, I can tell you how to get off the damn street if you want to get off. You may go through something. You may have to endure this for a year or two, but at the end, if you just and true and will, man, stick to abide by and stay with us, then you will come out on top. So God is always accepting, no matter what he ventures into. You know, your relationships will get better. You know, I guarantee you. Not only at home, but also abroad. Because remember, man, that one of the main things we want is community control. We want to control the resources that are coming into our community. You know, we need to understand, man, that the 10% are now ruling. You know, everywhere you look, they're offering you something. You know, there's a price to pay. You know, our culture, all you got to do is live out our culture. All you got to do, man, is, man, focus on who you are. Are you God on reality or just by name? Because we have many of us, man, that have lessons, all right? Many of us, man, that have names. But how many have tapped into the power? The power is what matters. You know what I'm saying? There's no no time for weakness now or indecision. You've got to be clear-headed and focus on what you're going to do, right? And I'm not one man to want to dominate anything because I understand, man, that once I get going, I can get going. But I want y'all to come on up here, man, and give us what you got. That's all we're asking. Give us what you got. All you got is your name and the day's mathematics. That's good. But consistency and repetition is what will keep it going in your life. Many things to deal with. And I'm hoping, man, that we'll hear about it today. You know, I'm hoping that you didn't come out here for nothing. I always hope, man, that I can encourage you, man, once you leave here, that you have something to go home and build with, that you have been encouraged, man, to continue on keeping on. And that's basically all I have to say, God. Enjoy your parliament. Peace. Peace.
Let the floor get cold. I know somebody got something.
Somebody's going to get a call. I know that. Thank you.
I'm the house I am the housing resource specialist. New York State, New York City. Anybody need housing, you can see me at 289 St. Nicholas Avenue, Thursdays and Fridays. I'm also the domestic violence lobbyist. I meet with a lot of legislators in the Senate to talk about things for our community, not only the Bronx, but the 4 boroughs. Peace.
Peace, God. My name is Freedom. And since it's mathematical,
Peace, God. You have to do.
I just want to touch on a couple of things that's happening current in this world right now. Right? You know, the colored man. You know who the colored man is, right? They are at war right now. They fight. Right? And they're preparing to fight because that's their nature. They sway more to fighting. Right? And they find amongst themselves, so EU means hillsides, ROPE means to vote to bind in. Right? They still trying to bind in. But Europe is so compact that they find amongst themselves because that's their nature. They sway more towards fighting, like, you know, in the full planet talks about Mars, and that's that kind of a person that they are. And, you know, in Greek mythology, you know, Mars was the war of God, the god of war. right? Remember, we come in peace, right? They about fighting and destroying. But we're about building and adding on. And I'm just saying that because now, in this present world, you see how they really showing themselves. And you really think they care about you. So what happens is this, you gotta start doing for you now, right? Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. You gotta start saving. You gotta prepare for a war right now. And I'm not just talking about a physical war, I'm talking about a spiritual war too. I'm talking about a revolution within inside your mind. I'm talking about building positively. Because it ain't about playing games no more. You see people are fighting, they killing each other, they bombing each other. That country don't look the same no more. And America's backing them up right now. Back in the days, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had told us that we need to separate ourselves from them or get a piece of land so that we can take care of ourselves. We a nation. And it's time for nation building. There's some brothers, I come in the name of Freedom God. My name ain't Allah Freedom. There's a brother named Allah Freedom who's a martial artist and he a master. And he teaches martial arts. I remember when I first got knowledge itself, we were all training in martial arts, learning how to fight. Because there's going to be a time where you're going to have to fight. Everybody's going to be tested. And you're going to find out what you got when you got to use what you got. And if you don't got nothing, then you just going to get beat the fuck up. I don't know why I'm saying all this shit, just coming out. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom culture. How you living? You see how these devils is living? You wisdom your culture, meaning that wisdom is that, it's supreme. Right? Culture is a way of life. Islam, our self-Lord and master. You know what I'm saying? There's only one tour coffin. You gotta have some culture and refinement. You can't just be the same motherfucker you was when you came, excuse my language. You can't be the same person you was when you first got here. And hopefully you ain't the same person you was 24 hours ago. I'm saying all this because, I really believe, right, that seasons don't change people. You can sit here through winter, spring, fall, summer, and be the same person. What I mean by that is that you gotta meet somebody that's going to change your thinking, that's going to change your outlook in life so that you can start changing to become a better person. Just like when Allah came on the scene, somebody bear witness to him, that was justice. Then who else bear witness to him? That was his non-born. You had to get taught by somebody. You can still be the same person you want to be, but I encourage you to start getting numbers and start being better persons for yourself so that you can help and teach somebody else. Because that's what it's all about. It's about each one teach one. It's about each one teach one. We want to be the best version of myself. That's what I want to do. So yeah, wisdom culture. It's like when you get up in the morning, right? What you do is you wash up, right? You make sure the right joker leaves the house. You put some clothes on and, you look in the mirror and you say, damn, I look good. Now I want to come outside and I want to show myself to the world. That's your wisdom in terms of how you manifest yourself on the outside of people, how you dealing with people. You got a job, you going to work, how you build with people. I don't have to feel like I'm at odds with everyone, man, because I'm not. There's a lot of people that need to be taught. And if you got the knowledge, what happens is that you become, the air like a tribe. You got that power to bring people into your cycle because you got something they don't got. And we got supreme mathematics. We got 120 degrees of lessons. You know, oftentimes we hear, oh yeah, the Masons got a 33rd and the 3rd, and look what all this shit they doing, and you got 120. See how much you can do. You know, so, again, you know, I opened it up with the colored man because, you know, this is their world right now. At the same time, we gotta build positively so that we can add on to build to be born. Come to the cycle is a beautiful thing, but what are you doing after you leave here? Now I'm only gonna say this, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave. See the card up there. You gotta take my time, that's cool. That's cool. I wanna say, when I first got knowledge of self, right? I got knowledge of self out in the desert. They call it the oasis now. And when I got knowledge of self out there, right? We used to have civilization classes in the park where we used to call this big tree at the tree of life. And the beautiful thing about it was that I got knowledge of self with somebody else that was studying 120 with me. So we grew together. I just didn't do it by myself. And oftentimes what happened was I got 120 through mouth. I just didn't get the paper. I had to hang around the God so I could learn how to be God, so I could manifest it in my way in action. And I know some of y'all got that way too. It was only after a while, like today's many times, you could buy a book online, study 120 degrees, come in here, close lessons and say you God. But when I got knowledge of self, the gods gave me the lessons. I had to be with the gods, had to go to civilization class and build with them. And they know who you are. Then most of the time, even in our conversations, like, yo, who's your enlightener? Yeah, because when you would say that, because then somebody else would know, oh yeah, I know that God. He's a positive God. He come out from the desert. And I just want to say, you know, I got knowledge from a brother by the name of Peace of Allah. Our left right sent, which we call God sent. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I got raised up by a lot of the Spanish gods out there. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we were still saying the black man's God, even though the 85% would say, well, you ain't the black man. I say, excuse me. The black, brown, yellow. Right? We are all the original people. And I say that because Caucasian people are not part of the human family in terms of the original man. Remember, they went through a grafting process. They 6 years old, they still a baby. Right, the original man's been here for trillions and trillions of years. You can't go back to his date. The ancient. Right, so it's one thing to, you know who you are in terms of who gave you knowledge of self and who gave them knowledge of self and who you running with. Because my mother always told me, she said, I'm going to tell you who you are by the people you hang out with. And before I got knowledge of self, I used to run with the gangs and, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them came from the era when there was a Black Spade, Savage Nomad, we had Jolly Stompers. I remember my brother Akbar and all that. They used to be with the club, and what happened was, even out in South Jamaica, Queens, because I come from Queens, Power to 7. I remember going to the bus terminal, and you had to go like this, Power to the 7. You know, after a while, you know what I'm saying, those brothers got knowledge of self. There was even rumor that the father had a house out there in Jamaica, Queens. And there was a time when the Black Panthers came over there and the guards was gonna fight with the crowd and they stopped all that shit. And a lot of the brothers got knowledge of self. Fat Cat, then they started coming out with Supreme and all these brothers, Supreme Chief and all that, because the knowledge attracted people. The knowledge attracted people because we came with something different. We just didn't talk the same shit. We didn't walk the same way. We look different. I walk different. I talk different. I ain't the same motherfucker before I used to be. Excuse my language. I remember brother used to say, oh, the worst curses, you know, being blind, deaf, and dumb. If I curse you and offend you, I apologize. I just want to say this too, right? You need to take no time to get your shit together as individuals. And I ain't talking about the whole nation and everybody. You know what you do. What is his own soul? His own soul's a righteous God. And God mean the wisdom, strength, and beauty. God mean the being on point. God mean the looking sharp. Ain't no time to be slacking. We gotta be the attraction in the neighborhood. I go to this neighborhood right now. I be on 124th Street. They ain't nothing but floods and grips. Niggas selling all that shit over there on drugs, and they think they fly, talking about drip, 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 and they ain't shit, man. They need to wake up, but it's up to the 5%. The poor righteous to teach them. Who is the 5%? The poor righteous teachers who do not believe in the teachers of the 10% who is so wise and know who the true living and teach that the true living God is the Son of Man, supreme being black man from Asia. That's who the true living God is. We ain't talking about no spook God, no mystery. Who's that mystery God? There is no mystery God. But check it out. If you ain't doing the right thing, right, there might be some missed stories about you. Because if you don't know how to add the knowledge on to the cycle, you got to add the knowledge on. Come on, God. And I don't mean up here. You don't know who's got to speak over here. It ain't about that. It's about making a change in your family life, you know, being a productive member of civilization. Look, remember the father taught the man Lindsay. He was able to, you know, hang out with politicians and certain different kinds of people because he affected them. Just like we do. We affect people. Just like the virus affects people, we do the same thing through the knowledge of self. We want to infect you with the knowledge of self so that you can find out that you're a better person. That you ain't that so-called Negro that needs to grow in his abilities less than us. I don't know how the fuck that shit happened, but it just happened. But once again, Islam means being the best person that you could be. And that's the culture. Yeah, man, I stopped eating the red meat. I stopped doing all that stuff that I was doing before. I exercise. I'm in quadricycles years young. I want to live today. I want to die. I want to make sure I eat the right thing, think the right way, treat people nice. And then when I walk in my neighborhood, they go, oh, there you go. They go, freedom God. They see me, they say something about me, oh, there go freedom. Because I'm going to tell you this, if I start messing up again, they're going to be like, oh, look at him now. Ain't no time for that no more. I had to give up my life so I could be better than who I was yesterday. I used to be with the motorcycle clubs, riding and all that, but that ain't nothing, man. I gave them back their patches. I gave up that lifestyle, because the lifestyle will kill you. Islam will keep you alive. Yeah, with that we say peace.
My name is God Allah Shah. You know, on that note, the latter part of that, let me say this to you, man. Allah, right? Because the days of nationalism culture, right? And the manifest equality. We is his idea. Now, I'm not up here talking about the idea of Yaqub, because we know what his idea was, or is, right? We talking about what is Allah's idea still in this day and time, right? And that is to teach the babies, right? So my thing is, we at the school here in the board, man, and we teaching and we building. What are we doing? Because see, you have to look at the primary focus of Allah's intention was to make sure that the children were educated and that they had a school. I remember Shasha sitting right here. I asked Shasha a while back. I said, man, because again, man, history is important to people like Kuzar to retreat. So I build with those that walk with Almighty God. Although I come from His mind too, there's no separation. But you talk to the people that were there. So the God said that the Christians had Christianity. The Masons had Masonry. The babies had nothing. You know, even though he took the signs of 120, that came from his mind. Although it said off the ground was the blessings, gave us complete knowledge of wisdom of the cipher, which is 120. Because he had to change the wording to make manifest, you know, what it is that he was teaching. When he came and he taught everybody with the primary focus. You gotta look at the young who came. I mean, peace to Shaheed and Rajab and all these guards there. But I'm talking about Black Messiah. I'm talking about Prince, who was El Jabbar. You know what I mean? All these other guards that came, that was 16 and 12 and 13 and 18 and all that, right? And we are here because of that. Ain't no big odds are gonna use, but I respect them. I respect what they did. Because, see, they saw physically and walked with Almighty God. And I saw Almighty God through them. And through his daughters. But they ain't playing, this is nation to 5%. See, we a large 5%. No disrespect, I'm nation of God and earth. But only from the perspective that the 5% is God and his woman is the earth. I'm not with the political name of, NGE and da-da-da-da-da. Because Allah said, I wasn't there. Allah said that on his tape. These are my 5%. My 5% love Lindsay. And who said it? Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. He came. And empowered. And what he empowered us to do? Listen to this one, God. Real simple. Go to school, man. Get you a job. No, peace, Marcus Garvey. You ain't got to go back to Africa. Africa here. You the natural man, Lord. Peace, you can take a cultural migration back because 120 teach you to what? Read. So you go back there, right? I mean, I had the honor of going back there, but I'm from Medina. I'm from the Oasis. You from the knowledge and wisdom, and God, check this one. We had to take it back to the homeland. This how mean your enemy is. They got them loving the white baby Jesus in Ghana. And the babies asked, when they saw the flag, what's that? That's all you gotta ask the 5% if you know your lessons. That was it. And I gave it to him. The black man is God, y'all. And you don't believe? Go ask the Ashanti tribe. They know what it is. They're the only ones that ain't doing the same thing that you're doing here. But I told him about Almighty God. But what I'm saying is that the idea don't change, God. The idea don't change. The way we put our lessons don't change. I get it. Like the God was saying, there's some people, I say it too, you got the instant oatmeal. People just add water and boom, I'm God now. Right, you didn't fast, you didn't study. No disrespect, I'm not trying to back. I'm a bad man with Jammer because I was bombed, I was chastised. Shut up! That was the first signs I got in this thing here. People say, why is he speaking like that? Because this is real. When I read the lessons, then I understood why they spoke in the manner. Look what they did to me in 1 and 36. Well, they were made blind, deaf, and dumb when they were babies. How you think I got them like that? I raped your woman. I killed your husband. I took your children. I'm the reason why the knowledge had to come to you. Because of the brutality visited upon you. It was taken. I robbed you. Shut up. Give me that. And you walking up to me, my name is John. My name is Frank. My name is Mary. Your name Queen Mother. Your name God so-and-so. Right? But Almighty God, and everybody came. Peace to Marcus Garvey. Peace to Noble Jew Ali. I big up an Almighty God. Because unequivocally, the black man is God. There's no chasing that. There's no watered down. There's no nothing. Yes. And study. Now, again, education. Right? Check this one in. When the law came and taught, there were a lot of us that couldn't read and write. First brother I bumped into like that was my brother Wise Jamel. Quoted this like impeccable. Had no clue, no idea that he needed a formal education because I'm talking about the 28th degree and the 8th degree and the 4th degree and these long degrees. He's quoting backwards and frontwards and sideways. Thousands and thousands of people with PhDs. And what's he talking about? He's talking real fast. What he said? Right, and then when he gets to explaining, okay, and then come to find out, you know, they just got, I still need to formally get my education or whatever. But there's different, what I'm trying to say here, there's different ways that we were educated. Because you don't have a GED or a bachelor's degree don't make you stupid. I know some real dumb individuals with degrees. But if you got the knowledge of you, and you know who you are, truly, that's what's important. But having the knowledge also doesn't negate that you don't get that sheepskin also. Go to school, because the law said that too. Go to school, go to work. And let me say this too. I'm glad my brother got me in peace to you, God. You know, you here. Let me say this, man. If I ain't said nothing else, it's about principle. It is not about personality. Let me tell you what I mean by that. You ain't gotta like me, and I ain't gotta like you neither. Right? But we are a nation, and we family. So we have an idea, see? Today's mathematics is where's the culture. The degree is, what is his idea? Ours. What is this nation's idea? Right? To come together. Don't come nefariously with me. Wickedly, insidiously. Peace, you see. You know, so, and what I mean by that is that, listen. See, simple mathematics. If you don't know something, then you ask the question. You ask, hey, yo, God, peace, hey, bitch, what's the science with that? Don't assume anything. And because you don't speak to me, I don't like Rhubarb or his brother and them, you know, so I don't want to do, but they doing something that will enhance the growth, and you need to add on. That's what our little petty differences has nothing to do with food, clothing, and sheltering these children. That's what we trying to do. That's my point. Oh, I don't talk to them because I don't like, get out of here, man. And you know why they don't come to the school? Check this one in, God. Let me say this to you. They don't come, because you're not doing that here. You can't come to me even if I don't like, say, born justice. Right? Yo. This some real devil stuff. What's his idea? See, what equality you manifest? Yo, you know born justice in them. You know that dude. Well, you can't do that, man. Well, your backside with 6 ways to Sunday. I'm over. We still dumb. I beat you where you stand. You know, we don't teach that. Because if you talk behind my brother's back and you create devil, you don't like him, okay, we get it. Then you want to, this is the reason why I'm saying that. Because you're not going to do nothing to what Allah taught here. Nothing. We're still here. I'm also the brick in this house. I ain't got to be God Supreme or a firstborn black Messiah. I come from that mind. See, ain't no big eyes little you. We're air-like. But you're not going to come in here. You're not going to change nothing here. That's why they don't come. You come, all is welcome. White, black, green, purple, psychedelic. Come on in. You come. Yeah, white people come through on Sunday. Oh, how you doing? It's in law school. Oh, wow. What's this? You know, we give it to them. We teach, you know, whatever. You know, someone was shrewd. Well, don't you teach the white man's the devil? No disrespect, y'all. I come from here with it. Yeah! Yeah. Now, listen. Since you asked that question, be ready for the answer.
That's right.
Because Almighty God told us also that we're not, Allah was wise. Here's the black man's God and white man's devil. But son, you're not going to emulate the ways of slave master and be that stupid and think because you're black and he's black, that's your brother. I may have to jump over 3 of them to go take this white guy here and give him some sign. It's been proven. But historically, we understand why we calling you that. Because every time you came among the original man, there was a problem, a great tragedy. You robbed, stole, and took. I ain't forgetting that. Well, they were made blind, deaf, and dumb when they were babies. That degree still manifests itself to this day. I can hardly believe that they were they were made blind, deaf, and dumb. Well, they were made blind, deaf, and dumb. They were made that way. All of a sudden now we in 2022, and we in Mount Marvis and things and hunky. No, we stop mission is still the same. And that's why Almighty God came. Let me educate my children. But see, law's wise. He said, man, you're gonna be law abiding. Right? Don't go to jail, son. You ain't gotta do that. Go to work, get you a job, do this extra. Even though a lot of us, man, went back and forth anyway. You know, because you thought, you wasn't a servant, you knew the law as well, you prepared not yourself, so you bit your own backside with many stripes. Lock it, nigga. Yeah, hold that. Bet you want to quote them messing now, huh? Right, then I understood. Let me do what you doing. That's it. Freedom got up here, he was speaking some things. Yeah, I definitely bear mind to, but the idea here is to continue to do what? To teach the children. First of all, check this one. A person is noted by his works and his deeds. Right? What did you do for us? You're a citizen. I'm gonna do my get on us about that. You know, you can talk up here with your design and wisdom and all that, but where is your work? What have you done? Allah will said it. This is not my brother. This is where I get it from. This is not a popularity contest. I'm not up here because I want claps. I'm up here to make a proclamation that the idea that Almighty God taught remains, man. Yeah, wisdom is the way, God. So we understand that, yeah, God, I'm in my 60s. So, and I still, talk to the young brothers on the corner, different day and time. But God, there's different ways we teach now. I still argue, go back and forth with Umar, because I know he came from that mindset. Don't take a picture of me. Say, God, they knew about you when you was 5 years old. Knock it off, man. I get what you're saying, because you gotta be mindful of any forum that you utilize to teach, especially the camera or the social media. Peace God, my name is Great Mind, and I need 120. I don't even know what you look like. You ain't even talking to I can get a picture. But there's different ways that we teach. So, whatever it is, we want to make sure that we give it to them correctly. Right? Because, again, I'm not standing on the car. I'm not doing that. Unless need be, because there ain't no fear in my heart. And here we go. Why is that the devil? The devil planted fear to him when he was a little boy. Why did you fear the devil? Now he's a big man. The devil told me to eat the wrong foods. What's the wrong foods? To fear. Christianity and Buddhism, yeah, all right, because you're equating it to that degree. You can do that too. Misguided information. But fear, I wish you would, nigga. I wish you would. What? What you said your name was? Oh, okay. Get your backside over there and fight you and your wife. Till the sun go down, then you come inside. Make sure come on, man, you know how it went. It's still like to this day. To this day it's like that. But I'm saying to you, again, Almighty God, you see how he came, man. He was mine. He had his ways. He did what he did. But because he knew how to engage these people, I need to get some things for these children. And they came to ask him, talking about works and deeds. Yo, what do you want? Now they finally, I want school for my children. And then he linked the school to Harlem Prep. And then made that, listen, you gotta come to the school, get right, then we'll get you there. And God's got their degrees and did whatever. Brothers had to be taught from mouth to ear. Women too. And what I'm saying is that, and I'm not just saying that to, that's rather repetitive, and we will never stop saying that one. That will never get tired. That will always be the truth, which will be consistent with all reality. Because see, if you change the idea of what I think, or the way I'm quoting, then you change you change its dynamic. And that's not what we want done. So, and I just get up here and this is our part. Man, we going through great times, man. I'm thankful we were able even to get Mount Mars. We can't even get to Harry Truck right now. We trying to get in there for the show and prove. It looked optimistic, and they still, because of COVID, not allowing us to go in. So there are other alternative means you gotta do. You get the name say, oh, what are they doing over there? They gonna get to school. First of all, check this one more time. Who was the original man? The original man, he got a black man. He's the what? There you go, say no more. He's the maker and the owner. So here I am, because sentimentally and historically, we've been used to have each other. Right? But that's their house. That's their house. And we decided to close it. Question. Here go the question some people gonna ask. You the God, ain't you? Where your place at? Why are you asking me about mine? Oh, making owner? You sound cute, quoting that degree. Well, where's your work? See, this is my building. Where's yours? Other than the school around the corner. But when it's November and it's 20 below, you're not trying to have her or her children out there in the cold. Or you need God. So where's your place? What plan, what idea do you have? Because he ain't playing. See his idea. You talking about 57,255,139,685, and I'm building all around you. I'm taking your hood, I'm jacking it. I'm putting up edifices and buildings that have nothing to do with you. Land. You have none. Poor individual. Huh? Yeah. So you gotta think rich. We the poor righteous teachers only because it's the part where we were treated poorly at. Not because I need to be economically poor. You be rich in your mind. Not as that equality. That's why Almighty God said what he said. You got no time. Peace to the Panthers. Peace to all these organizations that were there and the young laws and them. But you want to overthrow something? Overthrow the devil on your plane. Overthrow that one first. See, because he came later, didn't he? The devil. Am I correct? Who was here first? So good and evil has its origin in you. All he is a reminder of what not to be. Because he ain't playing with you. He's born through hurt and sin. I'm going to remind you, see? And I'm going to do it subtly. How you doing, Mr. Divine Prince? Oh, I see you live over here in this area. Yeah, what, you and your mother and them? Go to check and get up there. We'll be buying this building. I live here all my life. I don't care nothing about that. That, me hit you that one. I'm sorry. Yeah, because subtly, that's how it looks when I give it to you. Now I got people taking mad exoduses and leaving here. He's not playing. These degrees are real here. So it comes back to, what are you doing? So here it is, we're talking about putting something on our property. And we get black about that. Not a problem. I ain't mad at you. Let me say something, my brother reality dropped, right? This is real. Because you don't like an idea, don't make you not my brother. I love everything's real. We're not always gonna see eye to eye. Richmond said, yo, God, please, great idea. I hear you, not gonna work. Oh, I wanna talk to you. No, you ain't nothing. And then we start that, nah, let me hear you. What do you mean, God? Because you may have a plan that might be much better than the one I'm presenting. And we're talking about something that would serve the nation. But don't go behind my back, subtly. Huh? I'm not stupid neither. And then with me and create some plans. You don't like something? Come! Sabu does it. Born justice. Prince. Yo, we're not gonna do it. Yo, God, not good, man. I don't beg. I love you like cooking, man. You may want to do it this way. That's being objective and critiquing something. And I'm in your face, I'm straight shooting. That's what need that. I see, I'm the debt in the bar. You come in all day long. I ask for that. I don't talk to him. See, wait, God, let me tell you this to you. And I'm going to kind of conclude on this note. When I get it, and I've had that. Yo, I don't talk to you, yo, God. You talk to my people, I don't really talk to you. Why? That's your brother. He's an integral part of this particular process. Why would you not want to talk to him? Yo, God, that's just some something. There's no not you talking to him. I'm saying nothing about your little, because his hat was better than yours in the day, and they laughed at you and then they big up to him, and so ever since then, you got a grudge, and I don't, come on, you serious? Oh, yo, God, when you talk to me, I might have been wrong, I'm wrong with two left shoes sometimes too, right? But I'm at this day and time, I'm not, how you put it, I'm more of a God to understand the reality. Yo, God, peace. I apologize. You can accept or reject it. But we're going to move on here. That's real. And that's the idea. And the idea is coming together as a nation, speaking one language, having one idea. Right. We in a crisis. When this thing hit us, man, tell us how the devil is made. The devil is made from the people that grab us up in the germs. The black man body is just two germs. He decides to microscopically put into the atmosphere. We already know what that was for, right? Germs to negatively impact you. We walking around here, God got one on now, Shasha, with the face mask, you have to protect it. That's called prevention. We get it. Yo, God, I ain't taking the shot. You don't have to, God. Well, I think it's prevention. When it started, we closed the school down. Listen to this one. A rocket scientist came to me from this nation and said on the eve of the pandemic, why did we not have a cipher in the yard with everybody and no face mask to decide if the school should be open now? I had to ask God, are you high right now? Oh no. For real? And then you give me, listen to this one, your conspiracy. You see, I get Divine Prince telling me that, I get it. Because he gonna come to me, God, I'm gonna take a shot. Let me show you this signs I researched. Okay, bet. But you're just coming from conjecture. You restart. But and my point is, so from that point on, that we've been holding it down. You see what it did? It took our family out of here. It took our brother K Slade. These people are not playing here, man. Peace to that brother. He was a staunch supporter of us. Staunch supporter, K Slade. Held our flag, peace to the gods, ran with us. Independently of his own volition. Yo, peace to the gods, want to say, yeah, man, peace to him, man. It saddens me when you see that too. Right? So my point is, right, and here we are now, and we're fighting for our own. We in a mean fight. We're losing loved ones, right? But the building doesn't stop, God. Right? And that's what we do. We need to build, God. But let me say it to you. Let me take it back to the wilderness. It starts with if you do not like something, then you say, let me pick up the phone, let me call you, God. God, you can spearhead now? Yeah, I don't know about that one, man. Right? Then you wait till later on to rally cry. Come on, I ain't got time for that. So, again, man, first we say, it's beautiful looking at you on this beautiful day of wisdom equality, wisdom culture, right? Of manifesting equality, right? I'm glad you're here. Another thing, let me say this to you. Listen to me, I'm gonna conclude. Got no phone, you gonna get next? Yeah. So, let me say this to you. This needs to stop too. Do not allow people to get up here and browbeat you, talking about you ain't say he out trash, the nation ain't going nowhere. This is why this is what you do. Wow, excuse me. Right? What? See, because I've never known a time when God's not built. See, you're referring to and wasting my time about people who are diametrically opposite to me. So instead of telling me about how you can take an idea and make it manifest, you want to get up here and browbeat me with your flowery words about this is why we ain't got nothing. Because we don't come together. See, look at that. I want to go that. See, look at over here. See, why she's sitting here. And look at this over here. See? Right? And you miss, and I'm not in church. There's one brother, I love him dearly. I told him, yes I did. Yes I did. I got him hair on my tongue. I love him, he's my brother. Come up here one more time and say something about, look at my work, because you ain't got nothing, and I'm gonna beat you right in front of everybody. I'm gonna jump on you right there. I'm not playing with you. I'll beat you right there. There ain't no, oh, peace, God, I'll beat you right there. I'm tired of that. Almighty God didn't teach that. Yeah, I mean, we get it, God. Let me say something to you. In order to have a solution, you have to identify a problem. Yes, we need to identify that. There ain't no more getting up here talking about, God, here's the problem. But see, if you leave me hanging, right? See, because God told me one day, moons ago, he said, yeah, God, you always get me to talk about drugs this, drugs that. You take no NA meeting. Okay, stupid. Knowledge, my wisdom, and every word that proceeds out my mouth. The knowledge, understanding, he says, but does not mean, it means on contrary. What means? It means contrary to what you read 5 degrees earlier about what makes it. I'm telling you now, I bring it. They continue daily. The T85 all you see here, but man has no earthquake. Come to meet you, God, no one sees when he died. Just believe out 85%. And the 10% knows that when the man died, he's not coming up from dead and tell us when he died now. Because death is never known to turn to grave. And all the history of Islam never revealed anyone come back from a physical death, but you can't come back from a mental death because the law and found was once mentally dead, and what happened? Become. Not physically dead, only mentally dead. What does recovery mean? It means that I'm back. Right, God. No longer do I allow this addiction, whatever it is, sex, drugs, to consume me. Allah said that out his mouth. But he said simple. If you want to believe something, you want to master something, leave it alone. But how do you leave it alone? One, I got to engage with you. Right? So when I say that, I'm saying, the only reason why I'm saying that is because, no, I'm not a Christian. No, I'm not Bill Duck. I'm not trying to have an NA meeting here. Right? I'm not him. Peace to him. Right? But, say this to you too. Wherever we meet, if we find this building, wherever we go, take your act on the road. We're not playing. I'm not religious. Do whatever you want to do. But God, look at your eyes. I always say it constantly. The eye is round because it gives you the well-rounded picture of reality. How could you come to a place where we're having a parliament act, a parliament? The Christians, Jews, the Muslims don't even do that. The smoke flying, and instead of you being loud, the weed is loud. Wow. Do that over there, God. I mean, I peace to you. I know you got cooked food, you get your drink on. All right, back. But yeah, up there, God, yeah. Come on, man. And reality says something too that's universal. God is what?
All wise and right.
Yeah, but he's 2 words. Say, God. Seeing the what? But I'm seeing first. Right, I ain't hearing you, I'm seeing you first. Right? And then, again, actual facts. Light travels faster than sound. Oh, yeah, you sound slick. I ain't messing with a lost y'all. And that's happened in my life. Yeah, that's happened. As much signs I thought sounded pretty. I had a lot of people didn't want to be taught by me because the way I was living. Your work, I see your work. I was like, oh, I ain't messing with him. I'm messing with you. God, peace, God. I like the way you get. I need to jump over you. You play the game. Yeah, peace, I want you to teach me. Right. You sound good. And if I gotta do that, then it may not even be magnetic in the sound you making. You just making a whole lot of noise. But we here together, God, having our parliament. It's beautiful seeing you, right? And man, we gotta build. You gotta keep your hands up. Elevation means to grow. But make no mistake. Hills and mountains, because 1,910,000 square miles. Somebody help me out. What degree is that? Power. Right, 5. 5 is power. So in order to gain truth and power, you got to climb through hills and mountains. This ain't gonna be easy, God. Right. It never was, especially for the 5%. Never gonna be easy for you. You know? So with that, I'm gonna say peace.
Peace, nation, peace. Good to see everybody here. I haven't seen y'all in a couple of years.
Yes, sir.
But I've been in tune with Sam, watching the videos I've seen him posting up on his channel, and the God You Meet and Prince putting the Zoom up. So I've been in tune with a lot of things that's going on. I'm Lord Born Justice Allah. Mathematics is wisdom, culture, or freedom, all being born to equality. My wisdom manifests in what I know. My culture is what I live. My equality is what I give. There's a lot of calls, a lot of misconceptions about certain things that's going on. I'm not going to say in a nation. I'm going to put it in one geographical spot, which is the law school in Mecca. Our brother Umar returned to the essence, I think it's about 2 years now, if I'm correct. I'm in touch with his children. They live like 3 blocks away from me. I spoke to one of them Friday. You know, he might pop up today. We'll see what happens with that. My point is this. A law school in Mecca is under new, I'm going to say, leadership. There's not no one person calling the shots at the school. It's a group of us. I've been elected to be the chairperson or the president of the Law Youth Center in Mecca. That's the position that Umar held when he was physically amongst us. We have a sister, her name is Asia. She was the chairperson, she stepped up. She got too much on her plate. She can't handle what has to be done. She can't be at meetings, and she can't basically do certain things in the capacity that she should be doing it. So she nominated me to be the chairperson. I accepted. I didn't want to accept it, but at the time, things have to be put in perspective. Somebody has to guide the Law Youth Center in Mecca to the next generation. The plan is to get young people to add on to the Law Youth Center in Mecca. Like, you got a chairperson, you want a youth chairperson. We have a vice chairperson, we want a youth vice chairperson. Secretary, vice secretary, young, youth. We want the youth to take over a Law Youth Center in Mecca. I put the call out on Facebook. We need people to add on to the executive board. I got one resume from a brother in Cincinnati, in Chicago. Locally, it's been quiet. Why? I do not know, but I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it until we get all slots full. What's happening right now, some of the gods of earth that's on the Law Youth Center in Mecca, we got resources that we are working on to bring young people to the school starting in July. You know, school is over with in June. We let them get a little break. After the 4th of July, we're going to bring youth programs to the school. We've been in contact with the fire department, the police department, the health department, the Red Cross. We have an earth that's going to be teaching CPR. We got another sister going to teach some of the sisters how to sew. And these are all for children, not grown-ups. We ain't got no age bracket set yet, but we're working on it. We plan on providing lunch for them. We plan on providing field trips with no cost to the parents. We want to bring the children back to the school to get re-educated, and at the same time, we'll sprinkle some knowledge into our interacting with them. Because you know you're dealing with a bunch of people who are uncivilized people. So you got to be mindful of when you drop seeds of knowledge to an uncivilized person's child. Because some people are funny saying, you can't teach my child that. You know, I teach my child this, this, and this, especially on how to eat. How you going to tell my child not to eat no pork? So we're going to introduce it to them slowly through the nutrition course that we're going to deal with. We're also going to provide, if necessary, we can tell if a person's lacking in their hygiene, and we can basically coordinate with them and show them a nice way. Damn, young brother, you need to get a haircut. Come on, I'm going to get a haircut. Why don't you go with me? I'm going to get you a haircut too. Let's call your mom. Let's call your father. Say, listen, my brother is the mentor. He going to get a haircut. Mom, dad, he want to give me a haircut. Is that okay? Fine. Same thing with a young sister. Maybe her hair might be messed up. Maybe her parents ain't got the money. It's hard out here for a lot of people. It's real hard. And some people cannot even get their children's hair done. They can't even buy them fresh clothes. So we're going to provide all that. Food, clothing, and the shelter of the school when they do come around to interact with us. Teach them how to play chess, teach them how to play checkers, teach them how to be aware of their surroundings and not to get in gangs, deal with conflict resolution, dealing with gun violence, dealing with mental health. All these things take a toll on the child's mindset, especially if their home and their house is dysfunctional. When a woman is by herself, she got 3 jobs and can't watch her children, or the father is beating up the mother all the time, or vice versa, the mother's beating the father up, and the child is seeing this, it takes a toll on the child, where they're not getting love. So where they go? They go to the streets. The streets love them because they're dysfunctional and they can be easily led what? In the wrong direction, and hard to be led in the what? Right direction. The duty of a law youth center in Mecca, the duty of the civilized people is to teach. Now what we teach is not just knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, freedom, power, refinement, equality, God, build, destroy, born, complete. We also got to teach them certain things on how they can, human nature. All these things are all the sciences of everything in life. It's not just love, peace, and happiness. It's a whole spectrum of sciences we can teach these children. Now, my bill is that we need y'all to add on. We need y'all to bring your resources to the Law Youth Center in Mecca at a law school in Mecca. Because the Law Youth Center is one entity that basically deals with a law school in Mecca. We work hand in hand. It ain't no big eyes, no little you. We're not coming down there kicking the brothers out that's been down there for these last few years, holding it down, holding the school together, having the programs together. There's a misconception throughout the nation that a law school in Mecca don't want to do certain things when it comes time to the growth and development or rebuilding of certain parts of the school or a certain direction the nation should be taking or the school should be taking. And it's not true. You can come to the school any given moment in time in school, there's somebody there that is building, that's adding on, that's cleaning the school, that's be able to answer your question, that you will not have to be lost in the sauce. Because a lot of people are what is called naysayers. They will stick a pin in your head just so you won't go help out a brother or a sister that's doing their due diligence at a law school in Mecca. They talk about me like a dog, and guess what? I don't care. It don't bother me because I know what I'm doing. When I say the Lord, born justice is my name, I live that out to the highest magnitude. I don't take no short. I don't have to give my word, but every word that comes out my mouth is the truth, regardless of whom or what. What we're doing is reshaping the mindset of the gods and earth that come to a law school in Mecca to add on, to build. If you want to come to the school, add on. Just come by and say, yo, God, earth, what can I do to add on? I got to work this job. I got to do this. I'm off on Thursday from 2 to 7. I could be at the school doing resume, help somebody with resume, or I can help clean the school, or I'm a carpenter, or I'm an electrician. You have resources. Whatever resources you have, add on. Don't let nobody tell you don't go by the law school in Mecca. They on some nonsense over there. They hate. They don't want to do this, and they don't want to do that. It's far from the truth. We just had a big call. A SOS call came out. I don't know if a lot of y'all was on that call or not, but the call basically went to the structure of the school, being in dire stress and emergency, things of that nature. There's some issues that have to be dealt with the school itself. There's some money that has to be raised for the school itself. A law youth center Mecca is holding certain money that's coming from the vendors that park their carts on the school ground and the truck. The money's in a bank account with 3 people's name on the bank account. No one person could go to the bank and take out $1 without people on the board knowing what's going on. Email is sent to us immediately once the money is taken out of the account. If I was to go, any of y'all was to go, we get y'all the account number to put money in the bank. You can put money in. An email will go out and it would say $100 was put in. They don't tell us who, but $100 was deposited at this particular branch. And we would know. $100 was taken out. We would know by the card number. If they took money out and they're a card holder, we would know. So there's a track record. It's not like money is being misappropriated, money is not being spent. We had a call, the emergency came up about the wall of the law school in Mecca, the back wall. It was leaning. It was about ready to fall. Out of the call, the conversation that we had, it came out that the wall had to get fixed ASAP before the Department of Buildings came in and condemned the school. Or if somebody would have walked by that area of the school where that whole section could have fell on them and somebody could have got seriously hurt. So a decision was made by the guard and the earth at the school, the Law Youth Center in Mecca. We said, you know what, this got to get done ASAP. Got a contractor to come out, took a look at it, gave us a price, we agreed on the price. It got fixed yesterday. Okay, it got fixed yesterday. If you ever get a chance, go by the school, in the back of the school, and look up. You're gonna see one part of the school. It's gonna the color of the facade, or it's called a parapet wall. It's gonna be this color compared to what else is on there. Where the school is painted black, where the flag is at, where the vendors be at. You come down to the school, to the end. You look up. You're gonna see that section, brand new. It came in yesterday. It started at 8 o'clock in the morning. They ain't leave till 7 o'clock last night. I stood there with them. I watched everything they did. I looked up. I went to the roof. I took pictures. I communicated with them. I wanted to know from soup to nuts what they was going to do. From what we saw on the outside wasn't what actually the whole job entailed. They went down, say from here to here, the wall was damaged. You with me? But we didn't see this down here. So when they started taking stuff off the wall, the structure like off the wall, so they got to the brick, they got down here and saw a lot of other loose bricks. So what they did, they went past the scope that we agreed upon, and they chiseled everything out until they got to the solid rock of the wall, and they built it up from here all the way up to the top, and they fortified, restructured that whole part of the school. So if somebody from the Department of Buildings was to go by, in case some idiot, a naysayer said, oh, the sky is falling at a law school in Mecca. It's falling, and they would have came by and looked at it, they saw that it's fixed. See what I'm saying? And they did it on a Saturday morning. So we had to get caught up in the nonsense during the weekday dealing with the Department of Buildings, who always got spied. People, suckers, be making phone calls, thinking they hurting the building of the law school in Mecca, and they not. Because God is seen and heard everywhere. We all wise and righteous. We do everything what? Right and exact. Mathematics don't lie, people do. And it gets under my skin sometimes where people can just always talk negative and put doubt in people's mind. And I say to my brothers and my sisters, stop letting them gas you up. Don't accept nothing on face value. Come and do what? See for yourself. Ask your own question. If you're not satisfied about something you can add on to make a change, to make a difference, to make something better, then bring it. Anybody gonna just say no because you brought it? Or earth can bring an idea, it could be a great idea. And because you're a woman, don't think we don't hear you. Because you're a person that don't know 120, you got a great idea that can work at the school, bring it. Bring it. My email address is bornjustice@gmail.com. If y'all got any idea and y'all want to remain in the cut, so be it. We'll take your idea, we'll look at it, we'll present it to the body, and if we got to put anything to it, boom, we'll do that. And we'll give you credit for your idea. But if you want to remain anonymous, you can get that too. At least you know deep in your heart that when you come by the school and you see something that your idea manifested, you can go inside and smile inside and say, yeah, that was my idea. Wow, they listened to me. And you would take your conversation to somebody else and say, you know what? I had an idea. I gave it to the board. I went to the school. I sent the email. I made a phone call, and they did it. What? They did what? I got a couple of ideas too. So y'all get together, more ideas will come. A law school in Mecca is our school in Mecca. It ain't my school in Mecca, it's ours. It's our national headquarters, and it should be used like that. Not for a hangout, but for you to come by with resources. Like I said, the goal is to bring the youth back to the street academy so they can be what? Educated, get knowledge of themselves, and live the life that a young child should be living instead of being stagnating because of what financial situation their parents are going through. And we're not asking the parents for no money. We're even going to start getting grants written for various things that we want to project at the school through a law you sent to Mecca. There's money out there. It's called discretionary funds. We got grant writers that's going to hit all these major marketing stores, BJ, Dr. J, T-Mobile, Spectrum, Con Edison, all of them, Apple, they all got discretionary funds. If you shoot an email to their department and explain to them what you want to do, it may not be a lot of money, they get $500 here. The NBA, the NFL, the soccer, all of them got discretionary funds if you fit under their mandate and their mission. You're going to teach the children how to play sport, the guard with the boxing. All that's going to be something to do with the children to get them to interact. So please, don't let nobody tell you nothing good is going on at a law school in Mecca. Come and see for what? Yourself. Please. Because it's going around town that, oh, they're not doing nothing at the school is falling apart, you can go into the school and you can slip and fall through the floor, if there's a big gap in the floor. The school is sound for at least a couple of years, but there's some issues that have to be dealt with the foundation of the school. They're not major, but some things have to be done that we're addressing. God-born King is one of the brothers that spearheaded the call, and he's raising money through various means of communicating with people throughout the nation. And the last conference call we had before I got off, I was told that they maybe had collected by word of mouth, like a promise of $20,000. The job that we have to do at that school is going to cost in the range of at least $500,000. Anybody know anything about building maintenance? We're talking about building the school from the foundation all the way up. There's also other plans that this brother here will speak to you about. He's the best knower of that project. But we're all working on a project, but we're all working what? Together. And that's the key thing. Listen, I don't care if you don't like, don't matter to me. I lose no rest. I lose no food appetite. I don't lose no sleep. I don't lose nothing. That's on them. All I'm gonna keep on doing is doing what I know what to do, and that's build. And that's add on. Because if y'all see me on Facebook, my last quote is what? The build continues. The reason why the build continues is because it can't stop. Won't stop. And anybody I come in contact with that want to build, the add on, the build what? Continue. When you gonna stop building? If you even die today or tomorrow, what seed you planted and whoever you was building with, to whatever capacity, it lives on and on and on. It's like the Energizer bunny. It don't stop. And that's how your build. So all it's supposed to be a perpetual motion to keep adding on. Like wisdom. Wisdom is water. Wisdom seeks its own level. Wisdom is the constant flow of fluxing, moving, never stagnating in one spot. It travels. And that's the way we do. Our wisdom travels throughout the whole planet Earth, near and far. Our culture is the same way. The way we live it, we walk it like we talk it. Now, if you're talking it and you ain't walking it and you ain't living it right, then you're stuck in sick. But for those that's really adding on, building to whatever degree of what knowledge you have, if it ain't nothing but a mustard seed of knowledge, that little mustard seed of knowledge is enough for you to get yourself together and add on. For yourself, for your cipher, and then for your nation. Don't let nobody tell you that certain things ain't happening on a positive tip at a law school in Mecca. It's not true. Come see for yourself, and you'll know for yourself what's going on. Accept nothing or no one on face value. Peace.
Peace, Universal family.
Peace.
I be lost mathematics, and I see today's mathematics being wisdom, culture, freedom, all being born to equality. I love wisdom.
because it's going to manifest who and what I am. Without wisdom, I can't be mathematics. In order for me to be able to manifest and show who I am, my ways and actions must represent that knowledge that I say that I have. I'm so serious about living out the laws of mathematics. Anytime I walk in the store, I walk in the building, when I'm driving, I must use mathematics. It's not good about just talking mathematics. You have to live it. And I strive each and every day to destroy something that was harmful to me yesterday that I could have did a little bit better. If I'm not adding on from anything that took place yesterday, I'm not adding on to my cipher properly. So every day, I try to make sure that my ways and actions exhibit who and what I am. When I speak to the people in the state, whether it be Department of Corrections or City Hall, and I tell them my name is the law of mathematics, my honorable name is Sheldon Herron, I am the liaison for the Office of Cultural Management for the Nation of Gods and Earth. My ways and actions must represent that, not just when I'm talking with them, but when I leave that building, when I go down the block, when I go to the next state. My ways and actions must exhibit that. One thing that was shared to me by the elders of this nation, that Allah told us to go inside these companies, do the knowledge, and come and teach somebody else. We're supposed to go in and try to, the only way for to be us to master any cipher is for us to do the knowledge of that cipher properly. I don't care what it is. I consistently do that. I chose the name mathematics for simple fact because mathematics is science to everything in life, and I believe I have the ability and power to do anything. When I was told that when they come out here, they need somebody to be able to talk to the state representatives for the Department of Corrections, I said I can do that. Knowledge means that knowledge is out there with respect. Let me see what I got to do. Started reading directives, correction law. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got that. Now, I'm talking to correctional institutions all across the United States. Yeah. Science is that we all have the ability to come together and add on. I'm going to piggyback off what Warren Justice just added on to or what Allah Shah said. There's a project that's taking place. A lot of people don't like it. Some people say we should do other things. This is what I'm going to say. In September of last year, a call was put out that we wanted to put a prefabricated building on a law school property. The idea was to put a 40 by 50 foot, 12 feet high building on the back part of that property. If you do the knowledge of what's taking place across the world now, a lot of people take steel containers or prefabricated building and they construct them into houses now. The prefabricated steel business is what a lot of people is using to throw most of these buildings up today. Now, Bill with the guard Chamari yesterday, he said he never knew about this. Every month I says I'm going to make knowledge born where we at when it comes to this project. We have been collecting money for this project since September. Right now we have $5,477. There's 3 people who have access to this count. One of them is the guard Divine Prince and the guard Born Black. We all have an app and alerts that lets us know where we at with this goal. Not just one person has this money. There's accountability at a law school right now. There's guards and earths that's serious about what's going on at law school right now. My honorable name on Facebook is Sheldon Herron. On Instagram, it's Mathematics375. If you do the knowledge to my pages, I leave my mathematics there so you can call me at any given time. I say in every parliament, if you want to know where we at, just give me a call. the Office of Cultural Management sell books, crowns, universal flag. Anytime anybody want to know what's going on with that, I told them. They could come ask. I don't believe in concealing nothing. That stuff that reads us not for our personal gain. It's for us to be able to do school stuff for this nation. On June 1st, Office of Cultural Management will be going to Mattawan to train the New York State Department of Corrections about the Nation of Guards and Nurses. At Mattawan, out of all places, we're going to Mattawan to train the Department of Corrections. After June 1st, we're going to be calling those who say they are builders and they are educators, because we're going to got 54 facilities in New York State, and we're going to need enlighteners. We got it in writing, that we're not going to be chaplains, that we are enlighteners, to start going inside the correctional institutions and start educating and building with the guards and herbs. Not just on 120, but on a reintegration to society. Showing them how they can get jobs, how they can get, I'm gonna speak about me. My work ethic that I have today, I created it when I was in the interior cipher. I was a part of everything. I was part of IOC, I facilitated the Nation of Guards and Earth, I was the chairman for Special Events Committee, and I also played sports, and I also was a welder. And also a cook, besides that, after that. I did all of those things. Everybody should say, yo, God, you gotta slow down, you're gonna hurt yourself. No, this is the work ethic that I created when I was in there, so that when I touched down, my feet kept moving. And it hasn't stopped. I work approximately 7,800 hours a week. What do? I'm a flagger for Con Edison. How did I do that? I got my OSHA certification as soon as I came home. They do it free. The pillars. Where's Queen?
I'm gonna go. Queen Mother Earth right there.
Pillars, right there on St. Nicholas between 125th and 124th. They give free OSHA training. $800, $896 OSHA training for free. For free. You can go work in, you get your Department of Building certification and everything there. Yes.
But they don't always have the classes going on. They go in cycles. So
they do approximately 5 times a year.
Okay. Thank you.
Queen, she works for Pillars over there. Usually she brings it to the law school, and I usually post it, go say in the school, and put it on Facebook and Instagram so people know. If you look at my pages, I'm always posting jobs where you can get training and stuff at. Because I know there's a lot of guards coming from the Chariot Cipher that need Justice Cipher bonds when they touch down. I'm gonna give you some statistics, because I'm the number man. There's 2.6 million people incarcerated in the United States of America. These statistics come from 2019. 600,000 people gets released every single year. Within 90 days, 72% of them is rearrested. Within 3 to 5 years, 75% of them hasn't been incarcerated for a new felony. The purpose of the Office of Cultural Management is to destroy that prison pipeline. Know how we chose to destroy that prison pipeline by going in there, getting the guards and earths, also Bill Powers, who fell victim, who know the telltale signs to teach mothers and fathers to look for in their children. Just last week, we had the Table of Kings at a law school. A bunch of young brothers came to a law school, and that built on the 3 forces that they're gonna have to deal with during their maturation period. Curiosity, peer pressure, and temptation. Between the ages of knowledge cipher, the knowledge power, those are some forces that we all had to deal with. And I told them how it looked cool to me when I see people, when I used to be on the bus and I should see people blowing smoke out their mouth. That looked cool. Not knowing that cigarettes could turn to alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, prison institutions, hospitals, and to some people even death. That's It's going to take those that fell victim to that to be able to come out here and teach the youth this. Soon, Allah Shah is supposed to have us going to the Division for Youth Facilities to go build with them as well. That's what we have to do. I'm going to say it again. Anytime anybody want to know what's going on with the school project, call me. At any time. My goal, our goal is to raise $30,000 to at least start the project. $30,000 and get two grants, you know what I'm saying? Whatever can be added on from a law school, we can at least be able to get the ground, but the ground's supposed to be getting done now. Because we need the whole yard evened out. Put a prefabricated building on top, have the roof refortified to be able to withstand any weather. Then after that, we can go to phase 2. Phase 2 will be solidifying it, putting beams, hardwood flooring, insulation, so we can be able to have a place to go inside come after Medina Parliament. Then the next phase after that will be to add bathrooms, kitchen, and the HVAC system. And we can do that. We have almost a half a block to do something with. I'm a guard that likes to do it. I believe in action. I don't believe in talking. Anytime something needs to be done, I'm going to do it. Trees need to be chopped. Branches and trees need to be chopped down at school. You know what I did? I went and got a saw. I went and climbed the trees and everything. Started cutting the branches in the school this past week. Anytime something needs to be done in school, I'm going to do it. That's just me. I was a good lit professor. Spit lessons. It wasn't good because my ways and actions wasn't manifesting. Now I'm all about my actions representing and saying who and what I am. Again, after June 1st, we'll be making a call to this nation. We're going to need enlightenment to start going inside facilities. Anybody want to know what the process is? First qualification, you have to be qualified by the Office of Cultural Training. After that, you go to Director 4650 at nysdoccs.org/directives, which is the program directors, and they have qualifications as well. You have to be TB tested. You have to take an orientation class. You have to be fingerprinted. If you have any open cases, make sure you get them cases sealed first before they allow you to go inside the facilities. Anybody want to know what the process is for that? The state asks us to give them 2 people to be hired by the state. That's another thing. Of course, we're going to be selective on who we decide to send inside the state because you have to represent us to the fullest. And that salary starts at $50,000 a year. I'm just letting you know. Anybody want to come and build with us? We meet the first and third Sunday of every month at a law school at the Knowledge Hour. If you want to hear what we're building about, if you have any questions about what we're doing, come ask. I don't believe in concealing anything. I don't believe in concealing anything. And I believe in getting down to the truth. With that, I'm going to say peace.
Hey!
This family, we already know what a person of that ability is supposed to do. You got this knowledge, and you're not utilizing it, that means you ain't got it properly. We know what our job is, and we know what to do when it's time to do it. You know, a lot of ideas have been brothers been giving birth to a lot of beautiful ideas. But we have to see that come and make that walk and talk. I mean, because them ideas was going on. It's always been something going on in the law school, Mecca. It the matter slowed down a little bit, and other brothers came and picked it up. Like the brother said something about cutting trees. Trees were being cut before, and a lot of things was being done. You know, a lot of projects were set. I set an idea that would have been, you know, piece that we could have came together, but you know, me as an individual, I can't work and do things by myself. That's why I kind of like slowed down, because I sit back and see. You know, you gotta plant the seed, and then you gotta watch how the seed grow. If the seed don't grow right, then that means it ain't properly being taken care of. I had a program where we were supposed to clean out the shed and make it in working order so that we could start teaching brothers how to do construction work. Because if you look at the construction field, I'm in the construction field. The brothers that they had that came and did that work on the building, you have brothers within this nation that can do that. We got to stop going outside to the outside world looking for them to do shit that we can do ourselves. You know what I mean? We got all the faith in another man's ability, but none in ours. And I see that. You won't build with brothers that you got within, that got them skills, that know how to do that. You'll go give somebody else something, but in reality, what they're giving you. When are you going to sit tired of the devil giving you nothing, and you accepting it, and you taking it and say, yeah, you know what, I'm going to run with that. I like the devil still because he's giving me nothing. Does that make sense? What is your idea, and what are you giving birth with your idea? How you bringing it in, and how you going to make it walk and talk? Because anybody can get up here and run their mouth. You know what I mean? I've been in this nation since I was knowledge coaching years old. I done had some of the best in this thing. Some came, some went. You know what I mean? A man qualified and disqualified himself. Nobody qualified you. I ain't God because you said I'm God. I'm God because I chose to be. I ain't no follower. I'm a leader. You know what I mean? I have the ability to stand up and make things happen. Within me, I see and make myself seen and heard. That's what I meant to say. You know what I mean? And the idea, like the God was going, that's peace. All of us got to come together and agree. This is not no one-man station. You know what I mean? Your ideas are beautiful. They're beautiful. And like the God said, and that's true, he do what he say. You know, he makes it happen. But there's no I when you're dealing with a nation. It's we as a nation. It said a group of men that came together for one common cause. Now you got to figure out what is that cause. If you say you about this, it got to be seen and heard. Because you can talk. But I had a beautiful project. Because we got to start getting more into the construction field. You know what I mean? We have brothers with the ability. We have electricians. We have carpenters. But we'll go and say, you know what? He don't qualify to do this. So we go and get somebody outside of our rim and give him more qualifications than we give the ones that's within our rim. And that's some backward shit to me. And I seen that happen, man. Oh, you ain't got, he ain't got the paperwork. But when you didn't necessarily look at it like that, because some brothers is good handymen, let's put it like that. You know what I mean? They're good with their hands. We got to incorporate our family first. We always want to take care of the world before we take care of our own. And that's what I'm talking about. We got, like I said, we got anything that we need to be starved in this nation. It's right here. Stop looking outside of yourself and look in yourself. That's why I like The Last Dragon. They had the boy, his name was Bruce Leroy. Yeah. And he searched all outside himself. You know what I mean? All outside himself. He went so many different ciphers that he went through before he seen the reality that what he was searching for was in him. He said there's one place that you have not looked. And when you look into that place, only then you will see the master. So he's sitting there, he's dipping him in the water, he's pushing his head in the water, pushing his head in the water, and the reflections coming back. Look like a Kung Fu master to me. He's still dipping. So he said, who's the master? Kept on thinking. All of a sudden he gets out to say, I am. They're gonna glow. Now, I say that to say that. Because if you don't search within yourself, you'll never know what's in you.
will never know what you can do. You will never know what your capabilities is. Can't no man dictate that for you. Cannot put no thought in my head. I do not take anything on face value. Wisdom, culture, born equality. Equality of the fathers to be equal in what? Everything. If you don't see that, you know the keep on stepping. You ain't got to keep on messing with a man, because if he ain't doing the right thing, he gonna check himself eventually anyway. You know what I mean? Because in that serpent which knew his Lord will, and prepared not himself, nor did according to the will, shall be what? Be what? So I ain't got to keep on nursing you to get you to do what you need to do. You either gonna do it or you not. You know what I mean? Wisdom life will tell me, you know, about the said person of that ability. We have a lot of said persons of that ability. They have the ability, but they don't utilize it. And that's the biggest problem. From a thought, we can create a whole lot of things. But that was, like I said, that was my plan. You know what I mean? But I can't do it by myself. I need support from my brothers. And every time I did any work on that school, most of the time I had to do it by myself. I ain't saying that to get no pat on the back, because I pat myself on the back. Because I know that when the job needs to be done, only the man with the ability will step up and do it. I like the 85% say, get in where you fit in. Get in where I fit in. If the job needs to be done, we're going to do it. You know what I mean? I ain't getting up there looking for no credit, no stars, because that's the devil's civilization right there. He taught you that every time you do a good deed, you're going to reward. Do the same thing with his dog. Good dog. Dog do good, you get a bone, right? What you looking for a bone? You know what I'm saying? Come on. Be the God. Because we chose our what? Self. Nobody chose us. I don't have to sit here and listen to you. I could be home watching the NBA game. But this is more important. So we got to learn to what? Come together. It is not just my idea that's going to make something happen. It's you and I versus the universe. Not no one man. Everybody got to agree. You can't just elect yourself to a situation. Yo, this is me. I put myself there. What's your idea? Where you going with it? I ain't here to babysit you, and you're not here to babysit me. We know what happened to done. That school, it had work. I've been doing work in that school since work started in there. For a lot of brothers popped up and started doing things. And my brother's still doing stuff in there. You know what I mean? He's still with the cameras. He'll fix the camera. Then he'll call him at any given time. He'll come and do it. Like I said, when the real work starts, I'll be there. When they really start doing some construction, I'll be there. I put a chainsaw in the school before the guard, mathematics, the guard that was just building. I had one, somebody took it. I had a roll of scaffolds disappear. How did that happen? How did it happen? Because we got brothers that, you know, they on that conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? They don't want to see it happen, so they're going to shoot you down before you can even get it up. But I know who you are. You can't fool me. But I've been doing this for a while. See, I still got what I do. I still keep civilization. God, the way I go. She came here as a baby. And those who go back as far as that know when I was carrying her, bringing her here, out, still here. So something has to be happening. That's what it's about. You just listen to our Lord Born Justice about his program. She asked me, can I come? Because I'm one candidate right there. She just said, these young, go ahead and go. A lot of people got kids that they don't even bring here. Why? Because a lot of these grown-ass men don't know how to act.
That's true.
They get up here and act other than themselves. And what is they? Other than yourself, it's a fool and a slave. You get up here and say you have this knowledge and you disrespect what you say you have. That's a contradiction. What is the duty of a civilized man? The duty of a civilized man is to remain civilized. civilized. Because if he ain't civilized, he can't teach nothing. And a lot of motherfuckers strayed away from that. Excuse my French. They strayed away from it. That's why a lot of people say, you know what? I ain't listening to that guy no more. I ain't listening to that guy no more. I'm going to have to look and go back to the foundation, knowledge. I'm going to look, listen, and observe, and make sure that this person that's running his mouth is going to do what he says. Because a lot of motherfuckers came there clean and left here junkies. Clean! Okay, but left here junkies. Oh, I take care of my principles. That's good. But years, months, days from now, let's see if you're still on that same track. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't judge nothing that nobody do. Because when we come together and put our ideas together, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. As long as you keep the respect, you're all right with me. You come around me, but when you get disrespectful, I'm gonna get the same way. You know what I mean? Like they said, we can sing together, we can't talk together. A lot of brothers don't, I don't care if you don't like me. It doesn't matter. She likes me. That's what's important. She likes me. That's my earth. So the earth belongs to the original man. And knowing that the devil is really wicked and there will be no peace among them, put them off on the worst part, kept the best part, they got the best part right there. Because I preserved that for my what? Self. That's mine. So at the end of the day, you know, hey, do your thing. Word up. But I'm going to keep building. And that's what it's about. Let's come together, man, and do what we got to do, man. We got a big job. And not everybody is qualified to do it. So get in where you fit in. Whatever you the best know of, you the best know of that. And make that happen. I can't do what the law, mathematics do. I can't do what the God do. I can't do what law does do. I can't do what child law do. What? I can't do what Allah does. I can't do what okay, when these you can.
No.
I'll go, but I'm sure. That's all my feelings. That's right.
I remember we was going to check about
All
all
the
that.
ideas, they work better as a team. Remember Scarface? They was at the team, we talking about teamwork. But amongst them, there was a traitor. And he hollered out teamwork. Well, I'm there with that baseball bat sitting there looking. Teamwork, teamwork. Next thing you know, boom! Sometimes, you know what I mean, things happen. You know what I mean? But within us, the problem is solved. Within every problem, there's a solution. But you gotta make yourself the problem in order to solve it. If you ain't never tried to be the problem, you ain't gonna never find a solution. You know what I mean? Simple as that. You know what I mean? Young brothers come out, we need you. Don't be strong, just be working out. I'm an older brother, but I still can work past a lot of these young cats. Because I do construction every day. You know what I mean? You gotta build, man, to be born. If you don't build, you can't make nothing wrong. It's simple, man. Ain't nothing diluted about what we do. Ain't nothing diluted about it. This is real, man. It's simple, man. Simple. Brothers make it complicated because they don't understand that all that happened is caused by them. That's what makes rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. Powerful degree. You gotta understand the explosives that you're dealing with. You gotta understand it. If you don't, you're gonna blow the fuck up. Straight like that. Straight like that. You're gonna blow your mind up. Boom! Walk around with a pot on your head. You know what I mean? You ain't because you don't know. You're going to be easily led in the wrong direction and hard to be led in the right direction. Simple as that. Lord of God, in the heaven above and the earth below. And he is just and true. But there is no unrighteousness in him. But he is not unseen. He is seen and heard everywhere. For he is the all I see. Peace.
Peace. Peace to the gods of earth. Peace. Madonna swore to law. I'm all the way from Victory of Law. But I am from Medina, don't get it twisted. Today's supreme mathematics is wisdom culture. All being born to equality. We all built on that all day since the wisdom hour. We get it. Brotherhood, sisterhood, It takes a collective effort to build this nation. Anybody hear me?
That's right. That's right.
Did anybody hear me in the back? Brotherhood, sisterhood. It takes a collective effort to build this nation. If you don't understand that, then sit back there in the back, please, and listen, and watch the builders build right on top of you. Because we're not going to hold your damn hand. Sorry, I'm not. I'm going to walk right past you. New Harvest, we holding it down there. Yes. We about to go into Portsmouth now and start the foundation in Portsmouth, Virginia. Yes, sir. We need a Lord's world manifest everywhere. But first, we need a brotherhood, and we need a sisterhood, and a collective effort. What's the collective effort? To build a nation. What does a nation consist of? A government. What type of government? One ruled by a law. Everybody got quiet. See, we don't ask nobody to do nothing. We don't ask them for nothing. We come together as a brotherhood and a sisterhood. And we created our what? Ourselves. That's the science for today. Manifest your culture so you can plant your equality, which is your roots, so that you can grow. And manifest your culture every day. And God said he rock his crown every day. I love that. I love that. Don't hide who you are. They need to know who the gods is. They need to know who the earths are. We need the earths up here teaching. Don't get scared. Come up here. Get out there in them parks. Teach on them blocks. Whenever you go into them bodegas, when you up and down on I-95, let it be known. We are the gods. We are the earths. And we're here to take it over. Period. If you don't like it, so what? I don't care. That's just how it's gonna go. Everywhere I go, I make knowledge born. Everywhere. Everybody call me along. Or don't call me at all. Period. I don't play that. Everybody know Lord swore the law. Because Lord swore the law do what? Build to be born. I don't ask nobody to build. How many brothers and sisters donated to the school? Peace. Hey, I'm donating again today. And every day if I can. You know, that's the science. You have to continue to build. That's the collective effort. The brothers want to build stuff, but we also got to build the right stuff. We just can't say we're going to build something. We got to build the right something. We got to build something that the babies can be proud of 20 years from now. And say, my father helped build that. That's the type of building we need to do. We call it progressive building, right, Malak? In the system, we had a thing called progressive building. Constantly progressing your bill, elevating your mind past the limits that they say you're not supposed to go. We must elevate our bill. It's easy to stand in the park and have food everywhere and talk. But it's hard as hell to to say, here you go, Millard, take this 250 and do what you need to do. Huh? It's hard as hell for me to say, brothers and sisters, let's put some money together so we can go ahead and get this building erected. It's hard because brothers and sisters is not a brotherhood, and brothers and sisters is not a sisterhood. The unity is not here, but we must bring it back here. That's why before Sunday, you see Lord Sword up here. I tell the gods and earths and victory of law to come to Virginia. No cipher should be held on the fourth Sunday, because we need to unite first before we can go into our individual neighborhoods. How the hell you gonna go out there and fight the damn devil and your ass divided? You gotta think like a gentleman. You can't conquer this world by yourself. That's why it's God and earth. That's why it's that. And you need your brother. And you need your sister. But make sure that's your brother. And make sure that's your sister. Because the devil come in many disguises, shaped forms. They can speak good supreme mathematics. Trust me, he's recording. But that's the science. It takes a collective effort to build this nation. So manifest your culture and deal in equality with yourself first. Because you can't manifest nothing that's not in you. I'm sorry. If it's not in you, you're not gonna bring that out. So if you can't manifest your culture and have free and independent thoughts, then you will never deal in equality with your world. Peace.
Hey. Peace, gods and earth. Hey. I'm God's divine prince of law. This will be my third time speaking today, to you today. I spoke before about what is your determined idea to bring this nation into the future. That requires power. 5% power. I see that 5 million power. But equality of us as a unified body, as being a nation of one, is what is required. It's always been required. That was the requisite when I came in here, man, 51 years ago, when I was 21. And the young guards were 15 and 16 years old, right? Let me tell you, man, all of us here have a history. Everyone here, in earshot, I don't care who they are, knows something. Some know more than others, some know less than others. Some know from the bad, and there's very few that walk around here that don't have a concept of good and bad, right? We're a nation of promise, right? That what we say we're going to do in this land and in the world, we intend to do. Now, mind you, we're a young nation, and we still have a long way to go, right? There's a lot of confusion that's going on now about who we are, but let me tell you something. As someone that's been here for 50 years, I am not confused, right? And I don't speak to people that could speak above their head. I want to speak to you in a manner where it asks me what we're about so that you will not be confused. We are essentially about the growth and development of the children because the children are our future, right? Some of us know that because we're parents. We have put our children through the process of getting educated, not only abroad, but also at home. Home is the most important because it's at home where you receive the instruction you will need, man, to survive the damn street. And why is that? Because we have survived. We have survived. I always say, this ain't no goody two-shoes nation. You got some of everybody in here. And some of us have done some things in our life and are fortunate to be here walking and talking. God told me one time that, the God is over the age of 50 that he is, when the God said he was blessed and very fortunate. You know, but I know that God can't die. And I know, man, that we build as men and women so that we can leave a legacy for the children to aspire to. Every Black History Month, they will highlight Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King, maybe James Baldwin, maybe Maya Angelou, but very little is said about the father. That's your job to make it known. Don't depend on someone else to make your culture born. You have to born your own culture in your own time, in your own way. And I say in your own way because not everybody does things the same way. All right? We give you basic principles, all right, of how to conduct your affairs as a 5%. There are many 5% all over the place. Look at this. This nation grew from a relatively few in the city of New York to now we have 11 regions. 11 regions. It's not only constrained to the United States. We got God and Earth that are in Nicaragua, North, Central, and South America, in Africa. You know, I know there's some in Korea because I did, when I was in the service, I had knowledge. And I taught in Korea. You know, I met brothers from all over the world. I've had a chance to leave the United States and see what is happening in other parts of the country, other parts of the world, other countries. And I want to tell you something, man. This is the jewel of the crown we hear right here. Right here, this is the jewel of the crown. So why haven't you yet mastered the city science? Why? Why? Because it's not time for it yet. That's the best I can give them. But I know that it's in the mind of many of us, man, that the political and social and economic gains that are going to be necessary for our people to survive, the doom and destruction that's going to hit this land, has got to be done. Perhaps it'll take a catastrophe for people to get up off their asses and start to do things, man, to ensure that they survive the hell that's coming in this land. Perhaps God, I think God said it earlier today. I always say it. We are at war. We are at war for our very man's sanity and for our lives. Because there's an out and out conspiracy and another thing. Conspiracy is another way of saying to conspire or to come together. I don't deal in conspiracy theory, I deal in conspiracy fact. It is a fact that there are plans here to take you out of here. Why? Because they know that our survival means their death. They were never intended to be here for as long as they are, but they're here. And guess what? They're in the blood. They're in the blood. I'm not blind. I know there's been a whole lot of race, what they call race mixing going on. A lot of us in our personal family history will find that there is someone that is of a Caucasian or another ethnicity that's in our bloodline. That has nothing to do with your intelligence to be able to see what is going on and to do something to correct it. To do something to correct it. But I said before, man, we're a young nation, and a lot of things have got to jail. I doubt, man, the revolution I want to see occur in 65 before I came here in 71 is going to occur. We have grown to understand exactly what is happening to us in this land better than we did 20 years ago. There's a pharmaceutical agenda at hand. Right? Don't think that Pfizer, Moderna, and all these other pharmaceutical companies have not got plans that every year from now on, you're going to have to get some kind of shot. And they're going to pass laws. If you don't do it, you can't have your job. You can't go here. You can't go there. But I know very well, man, that the power we seek, we're going to have to take it. Nobody's going to give you a damn thing. You're going to have to take your power. And that's the way it is. Face up to the fact that Divine Prince, who writes very well, who is known very well, and has a voice, and know, man, that you gotta make a stand. You gotta make a stand. You can't stand alone like the God said, but you can. There are many of us, man, that are making a stand each and every day. Many of us that are known, man, not just at the law school in Mecca, but in the community. In the community. A good name is better than gold. My personal self, man, my thinking of it is that we can accomplish anything as long as we have a mind of being one. One purpose, one destiny, one goal. What is that one goal? To make a law world manifest a reality and fact, not in paper, not in thought, but in fact. And how is it done? By you generating the energy by movement. By movement. I can't tell you which way to go, but I know how I'm going. I know what I'm doing. I'm very aware of who I am and the impact I have on this city and in this nation. Don't let nobody belittle you or minimize your power, because that's who we are. We are the 5%, a large 5%. We ain't Muslims. We're not Mason sons. No, we're not Muslim sons. And check it out. I will not waste my time talking about you, because I got enough to do concerning who I am and who my nation is. That is where the love is at. That is where the power is at. That is where the truth is at. You can go ahead, man, and give in for all the propaganda they're putting forth in their books, on social media, on the television, on everything, man, because I'm telling you something. You're going to have to come up out of there to find the truth. You ain't going to find the truth on CNN, ABC, and some of these old jammed up new shows they got coming with Tiffany Haddish or any of these others, man. You know, that's all entertainment, but I'm dealing with something that's very real. If we don't make a stand, then we might as well, man, just close up shop. Because they're coming, whether you like it or not. And I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. But sometimes it takes, man, a rude awakening for you to realize exactly where you stand. Exactly where you stand. What do we own? What do we own? What do we manufacture? All these young brothers walking around here and out in the middle of the night shooting and killing up each other. Where's all this artillery coming from? They're not manufacturing it. You know what I'm saying? If you kill this brother, he owes you some money for drugs. If you kill him, how you gonna collect your money? All right? All this raping and chaos, all this perversion, all this man causing little girls and little boys, now they're confused about their gender, their sex. What's all that? What's all that? As far as I know, there's only two here, man or woman. Now you got something else. And then they talking about, if I call you out, you gonna throw me in jail for calling you a faggot, calling you a this, calling you a that, calling you what I see that you are. So you're gonna have to make a real stand here. If you stand up or bend down. But please don't bend over. Thank you, God. Hey. Anybody else want to build? Come on, Just.
No, I'm just getting the big one. Yeah.
Floor is open. This type is open.
Nothing else, introduce yourself.